Hello guys, so I want us to watch these two videos of apple cider syrup. I'm pretty sure you must have seen some differences, okay, between the two apple cider bottle syrups. But before I will dive into those differences, we are going to talk about what is apple cider vinegar, okay, and its benefits, okay. Then we'll go to the next part. This is apple cider vinegar. This is the apple cider vinegar. Okay, now this is made from fermentation. Okay, there's a whole lot of processes to that. So it is a fermented liquid, okay, which is made from crushed apples. Now, one thing about it is that it has this fruity taste for those who have tasted it. So there's this sharp fruity taste, okay, and it can equally be used for cooking, for marinating, for dressing, okay. One other thing is this apple cider vinegar, it contains acetic acid, it contains some minerals, it contains some vitamins, okay. And you see this down part. Now this place looks like it's clouded, okay, we call it the mother, okay. And another thing you should know is it is very beneficial for those with it helps to control your blood sugar levels, okay. It can help in digestion because one, it increases stomach acid, and why it does that, it helps to break down food, okay. And it also helps to maintain your gut health, okay. It helps to maintain that. It's also a very good probiotics, okay. So most persons, but some persons, they use it to control their weight. So for some persons, it is very good for weight loss management, okay. And another thing, it also helps to control your cholesterol levels, okay. Apple cider is very good for the ladies. Some use it to tone their skin, okay. It's a very good facial cleanser, okay. And at least I've gotten an experience for that. Okay, it's very good to tone your skin, to take away this acne. If you have this oily skin that is more prone to acne, you can equally use it. It's very good to remove spots and acne, yes, especially if you get the original ones, okay. Okay, how do you identify the original ones? Okay, now when you get to purchase apple cider vinegar, please look out for where they write organic, okay. It must be written there. You look out for this raw unfiltered. It should be unfiltered. Anyone that you see that is filtered, that means it's clear, is most likely diluted, and that is not the apple cider vinegar that we know. And then look out for this with the mother. Now this mother, is this clouded area. That's why it is unfiltered, okay. This clouded area is the mother, and this contains enzymes. There are enzymes there are some vitamins there are some proteins there, okay. So look out for that, and also look out for the ingredients. Like this one, it only contains apple cider vinegar and water. Please, if you see anyone having preservatives, or they have flavorings or preservatives or sugar, please avoid them. The original apple cider vinegar is not supposed to contain preservatives. Yes, it's fermentation. That's fermented apples, crushed apples, okay. So those are what you should look out for the one. So in our next video, I'm going to talk about how to identify the difference between that first video you watch and the second one. Okay, there's a reason for those two. So guys, so I hear a lot of persons complain that yes, there are some fake apple cider vinegar, there's some original. So I'm here to clear that up, that there is nothing like fake apple cider vinegar. Okay, now like I said from the start of my videos, I said something that yes, they are fermented. Apple cider vinegar is a fermented liquid. Okay, so what happens during the production of apple cider, especially during the fermentation process? Now this process, it takes up to 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, now during this process, bubbles are formed, and these bubbles, they are signs that yes, the yeast are producing carbon dioxide. Okay, now so at the end of this fermentation process, what happens is that the yeast will have consumed all the apple juice, apple sugar juice. Okay, they'll have consumed it, producing alcohol, and then it leads to acetic acid, which is the vinegar itself. Okay, so that's the whole process about it. Now what happens is at the end of the fermentation, I mean, that means when this bottle has been properly sealed and then properly stored, there shouldn't be any active fermentation going on. There should be no active fermentation. That means there shouldn't be any bubbles. Okay, so what happens is when you shake like this, okay, yes, bubbles are formed, and these bubbles simply means that you are introducing air inside. Okay, so when you introduce air by shaking it, bubbles are formed, but these bubbles are supposed to live within 1 to 2 minutes. You shouldn't see these bubbles again. The process where you see bubbles and they stay for some time, it simply means there's still fermentation. This, like I said, what it means is that when it is covered and sealed like this, there shouldn't be any active fermentation going on. What I mean is that whenever I shake it, the bubbles should dissipate. I mean, they should dry up. Okay, they should leave within a minute or so. Okay, so that's just generally. So wherever you get it and then you shake and you still see some bubbles which stayed for like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, it's still there. It means there's still active fermentation. That means there's still production of carbon dioxide. It's still there. Okay, and like I said, it doesn't mean it is fake. It's just the process is still going on. Thank you, and please do remember to follow us on our social media handles. Thank you.